Episode 8.
Episode
Offside Pod. Late night app.
Not for everyone listening. It'll still be up probably.
Currently,
Maybe this is a
PM.
Wednesday episode for people.
Wait, you don't think you're getting this up tomorrow?
Well, I don't know. It depends on you, really.
Depends on me.
Yeah, you're the editor.
Buddy, I got nowhere to be tomorrow. I'm gonna be.
Maybe.
Still have like 2K and MLB.
So yeah, maybe this is so for other people. This isn't a late night app. This is just a noon app for them.
Hopefully, it's normal. It should be normal. We better hold ourselves to a standard of keeping it normal.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's 10:40 now for us.
10:40 PM. Eastern Standard Time. The Jays are currently in extras with the worst Chicago Cubs team that there is. Nathan, you've had more mysterious activities going on today. You're so mysterious. I never know what you're doing, but you're always doing something.
I'm a busy man in the shadows.
You're a very busy man. You're in the shadows. Could be part of the mafia. I don't know. But
could be. Who knows?
We're here to talk sports.
Again. Oh, yeah. With our one piece of NBA news.
Yeah, we're going to need to start getting you geared up with some interviews or something. I don't know. This is getting pretty sad.
Yeah, we're starting to run real thin on NBA news. I really need Donovan Mitchell to get traded. I'm telling you right now.
It needs to happen.
True. We, as a unit.
As a team, as a family.
But speaking of trades, segue.
Love it.
Patrick Beverley traded to the Lakers for Talen Horton-Tucker and Stanley Johnson.
Quick question.
I'm kind of confused about
Stanley Johnson, the Toronto Raptor.
He was a Raptor, and he was such a good player for us.
Look at my callback.
Look at you go. I'm proud of you.
You should be.
Yeah, it's a little bit of confusing of a trade, considering Patrick Beverley and Russell Westbrook hate each other.
I don't know. If you're the Lakers, you basically just tell them to shut up.
That's true, but everyone kind of just thinks that this is just the Lakers telling the world that Russell Westbrook is getting traded.
I don't know. That's fun. I appreciate that.
I mean, that's news. If Russell Westbrook gets traded, that's news, bro.
Looking at our note sheet here, we need that.
We could definitely use that. I would love I think Russ would fit in on the Spurs. Maybe
go to
the Nets.
San Antonio to die.
Pretty much, but he would be the guy in San Antonio, so it would work.
Fuck.
He would be the DeMar DeRozan again in San Antonio. You know?
Oh yeah, DeMar.
The DeJounte Murray. What other Spurs players that aren't legends, but
I don't know the Spurs. I can't give them my time. Texas doesn't deserve it.
The Tiago Splitter.
Brazilian what legend. A name. I forgot it wasn't even that Splitter.
Good. Yeah. What a legend. Tiago Splitter. Shout out Tiago Splitter, bro. I should just do that from now on. I'm just going to say shout out to a random former NBA player.
Gilbert Arenas. The guy.
True, yeah. We had Gilbert Arenas episode 1.
Yeah. Fun fact, me and my buddy were playing classic NBA teams on 2K today. And he pulled Gilbert Arenas. And I got to say that name for a full game. It was real fun.
Very nice. Oh, yeah. This isn't in the notes, but talking about the Donovan Mitchell stuff, I think it was Rusty Buckets. Shout out Rusty Buckets. Good YouTube channel. He defined the Knicks-Jazz situation as a staring contest over Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
I think it is the best way that someone could have ever possibly put that because it makes so much sense. Because it's basically just who's going to give in first. Because Donovan Mitchell's getting traded. That's almost like a guarantee. He's getting traded.
Yeah, it's as much of a lock as you can make it.
And he's pretty much going to the Knicks. Everyone knows that. But, either the Jazz just give in and accept whatever the Knicks give them, which is a lot, apparently, based on what their past offer was. Yeah. Or the Knicks give in and give the Jazz what they want, which is their whole roster. So,
Tough choice here, eh?
Yeah, it's an interesting conundrum that they've got. It's a good staring contest. I like it. There was a little side thing that I'm throwing in there because it was just interesting. I like the way he put it.
Conundrum is such an underrated word.
That's facts, actually. Conundrum is a very underrated word.
If we do have an issue with the name of our podcast, we should name it the Conundrum Show or something. I don't know.
True. Yeah, we'll fit it in there somehow.
Yeah, we'll need that. That's gonna be really good.
Maybe like a pun in there too. I don't know. Who knows? Speaking of awful things, segue. We got
buddy, they're garbage.
We got the FIFA World Cup jerseys that got revealed by Puma, and what Travis is referencing is my note just says, "Buddy, they're garbage."
Well, you're not lying, and it's all that needs to really be said about it.
They're terrible. They're so bad.
I know nothing about soccer jerseys, but I know a fair amount about jerseys in general, and they're not.
Who puts the number on the front?
Well, it's just like, how do you tell them apart?
They're all the same, just with different colors and a different box.
Mildly different pattern, which isn't even a pattern. It's just a geometric shape.
A box.
I don't know. It's not okay.
Tell me Switzerland's jersey doesn't look like a credit card.
I mean, it's literally, like I said, it looks like just something you'd get as just like a generic soccer T-shirt from.
It does. It looks like
from the $10 rack.
It looks like I'm repping this country because I'm from it.
Yeah,
but I don't actually know. I don't actually know what their jerseys look like.
I mean, I don't know. I can't even tell what they are. Like, I don't know what country that is. I don't know what country that is. There's no way for me to even guess. It's just.
But yeah, if you're listening and you haven't seen them, go look them up. Look up FIFA Puma World Cup jerseys or something. I don't know.
Even if you don't care or know soccer, you're just gonna be like, oh, that doesn't seem like something that
you're just gonna look at.
It doesn't represent anything. It means nothing.
Something because something's off about them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that at all.
I don't like it.
Do you think that there's like a conspiracy theory to be had here between all the terrible jerseys that are coming out like recently, like within 8 weeks?
Maybe they're just trying to do like a hard
window right now. Most a vast majority of leagues across the world
are just releasing bad jerseys. Like terrible. Baseball had bad jerseys. The Utah Jazz. We don't need to go back
for a year and a half. The NBA is like letting loose its.
And the Cleveland Cavaliers released their practice pinups.
Oh my god!
Cleveland was like, let's make pennies for jerseys and just call it a day.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Next thing you know, they're gonna bring back the T-shirt jerseys, bro. They were so bad.
Oh, all right. Well,
awful.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe we'll just put them away. Maybe we'll.
It's not going to
put them away and never talk about it
for me. I'm not going to watch it anyway. So.
Yeah, that's fair. So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of. Well, I'm like a decent soccer fan, but like.
I don't know. I mean, I'll watch like.
I really don't want to watch
from time to time.
Like if these are the jerseys they're playing in, I really don't want to watch.
I'm never going to be able to tell them apart. I won't know.
Yeah,
it'll make it even more confusing than it already is.
What am I watching?
I don't know, man. Soccer's got to do something. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Soccer is played on far too big of a field for North America. We like explosive sports. I mean, even baseball, it's like a slow sport, but when action happens, it's intense, explosive action.
You would love futsal.
What?
Futsal. It's indoor soccer.
Okay, well, yeah. See, there you go. That's more what I'm talking about.
And it's 5-on-5, smaller pitch.
There you
indoor
go.
Soccer.
That's what I'm talking about. You need because it's impressive what they do, but the camera's so far away and the field's so big. It's not explosive. Yeah. It's slow paced, and you can follow it, but you get bored of it. Whereas if it's something small like a
when we're in our studio, we should do an episode where we just watch a game of futsal.
It feels like a bonus episode to me, but yeah, I'm down for that.
Episode. Maybe Fun
fact, Nathan, 2 weeks from now, we're going to be recording our first episode in our studio.
In the studio?
Well, whatever our studio turns out to be.
Yeah, maybe your apartment. Who knows?
It could be my apartment. I mean, next Monday, that's where I'll be recording from.
So like could be on campus. Who knows?
Did you know we're gonna have to wear masks on campus this year?
We're gonna have to wear masks on campus.
I'm gonna have to go to school so much as opposed to going
Bro,
to
how
school
is it gonna
literally 0
contain your beard?
times in the last 2 years. And now I'm
How's
gonna
it
need
gonna
to take
contain that
this
massive beard?
freaking woolly woodsman Canadian beard, tuck her in a mask, fog up my glasses, and be at school for like 20 hours a week.
As we run across the hallway to our other class.
Literally sprinting across campus. This is gonna be pathetic, Nathan. I'm
It's gonna
really
be terrible.
I'm not gonna have a good semester, buddy.
Well, it's okay. We have our semester together, so we'll.
Yeah, we're like 95% together, aren't we?
Pretty much, yeah. Look at us go. Just like last year.
Oh, so much time to theorize pod stuff.
Oh yeah. But enough about us, I guess. We should probably get back to the podcast.
Yeah, maybe.
Forgot we were recording. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I got an insight to our personal lives.
There you go. Know your host.
Well, we're gonna go on to some NFL news.
Yes,
Unfortunately, another legend has passed away. Mr. Len Dawson, Hall of Fame quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's making me happy.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Len Dawson is, you have to go watch Super Bowl I, and even as the losing team's quarterback, he's fucking like phenomenal.
Oh yeah, he led KC to a Super Bowl IV win, which is crazy to say. Super Bowl IV, we're on what, like 50 something?
Yeah, we're well towards 60 at this point.
Yeah. This man did 4. This man won Super Bowl IV.
Played in 1.
That's true. Like, imagine being able to flex.
When it was still the AFC versus the NFC as 2 separate leagues, basically.
This man's going to have, like, the ability to go into the afterlife saying he played in Super Bowl I.
Yeah, man. It's pretty impressive.
That's a flex right there.
If you haven't, like, go on NFL Films and watch old football games, like really old football games, like these ones from the 60s. It's a whole different sport, and it's so entertaining.
Yeah, like, yeah, this man, true KC legend right here. Especially when you take into account that he worked for them for 47 years.
Nathan, we have an alert.
We have an alert? Is this
Jays
baseball?
walked it off.
Oh, attaboys.
Danny Jansen, after hitting a 3-run homer in the 8th inning, now I believe in the 11th, hit a shot between the shortstop and third baseman, and Chapman came around to score. The losing streak is over.
Good job, fellas. Proud of you.
Chicago Cubs can suck my butt. And now, after that disrespect, we'll get back to the unfortunate passing of Len Dawson, who is really a GOAT. I mean, dude,
47 years in Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, to go and do what he did as a player, and then not even before he retires, he starts broadcasting, like leaving practice to go and do that night's sports report on the news. He broadcasted for like over 33 years. He's a Hall of Famer as a player and a broadcaster. I mean,
that's wild.
This guy has just been the face of Kansas City football literally since there was a Kansas City football.
And then prior to recording, you were telling me about the records he was holding, and then
he had
another Kansas City guy came to break him.
Quarterback record, and then Patrick Mahomes comes along, and he's the one who finally is taking the reins over. So it must have been cool for. I mean, I'm sure that they've had conversations and they met each other and stuff. And I don't know if Len Dawson ever had any comments about it, but I think like to be him and who he seemed to be, it must have been cool to see, him come along for your team, go win another Super Bowl, break your records, and kind of like bring your team back to what you made it.
Kansas City knows how to pick their guys.
Well, every, 50 years or so.
Yeah, but I mean, they've picked generational talents. Obviously,
Yeah, they are a pretty storied football franchise.
Giants had Eli Manning. Tom Brady's still somehow playing. He's on my fantasy team.
Brady is ranked as the number 1 player going into the season.
I saw that. He's my quarterback this season.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's because they added so much around him that he is. You just gave him so many more weapons.
I know.
The Buccaneers could have one of the most potent offenses in the NFL. I'm willing to say that. I
It's gonna
think
be
that they
great.
have, if not a top number one receiving core, it's at least top three.
At minimum, yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be entertaining to see what happens there.
Watch this be the year that Tom Brady finally slows down.
I don't think that happens. I don't think that happens. He
I don't think it's
retired and
possible.
came back because he was bored. I don't think it happens.
He literally pulled an I'm back. Like he pulled the Michael Jordan.
He turned down like hundreds of millions of dollars in broadcasting money just to go sit on his butt and play with the kids for, 5-6 days a week. Talk about football on Sundays and stuff. And he's like, no, I'm going to go keep kicking the shit out of the rest of the league. So let's go, Tom Brady.
Wild.
Ageless wonder.
But yeah, I guess we'll move on to the other NFL news.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of NFL news actually.
We're just gonna
crazy
gleam
stuff
over this one because kind of gross, kind of nasty.
Ariza.
Got released by the Bills due to gang rape accusations. Holy.
Yeah. Should mention of a teenager. It was
not much to say about
it was when he was at SDSU. There was two other players on the team named in the lawsuit. You can go find the lawsuit. You can Google this. You can see some of the videos of the alleged victim. It's not even close to anything remotely resembling decent human being behavior. I know, innocent until proven guilty, but just seeing what I've seen so far of this, I'm not willing to give anybody credit here or benefit of the doubt, should I say. Not good. Not good at all.
Yeah, no, not good at all. Very disappointed.
Kind of a weird situation for the Bills. They let Matt Hack, I believe, walk. This was their next generation of punt god, as they call them. And
right, yeah.
Kind of a weird situation for the Bills now, considering I guess they're sort of our hometown team, Nathan.
Technically, yes.
I mean, closest to it.
Never really been a Bills fan.
No, we should go. I've meant to go my first or second year, and then COVID happened, so I couldn't. But I want
to. Due to being my brother's brother, by affiliation, I am a Jaguars fan.
Oh, that's gross.
It's a little unfortunate.
That's gross.
Yeah, considering the Jags just suck.
I think they play this year in Buffalo.
Do they? Oh, maybe we'll go then.
If we can get across the border and back, we should do that.
Probably, yeah. All right, yeah, okay. If they play this year in Buffalo, we'll go see them.
All right, cool. Moving on.
Moving on. more know your host, you know. But moving on, Kenyon Drake got released by the Raiders. It's not that huge.
I like Kenyon Drake. He's a good running back.
And Brian Robinson Jr. got shot during a carjacking. He is okay. He's a rookie this year for the Washington Commanders.
He was just shot, though.
Yeah, he was shot in the leg, which is very unfortunate for him.
Not good for a running back.
He posted to social media that surgery went well. Thanked followers for all their prayers and stuff like that. And
everybody seems to be positive about it. Seems like he wasn't. There was no life-threatening injury reported at the time. Ron Rivera, I think, said that when he got called about it, he was in a good mood. Said he was feeling good. He was all right. So good to hear that. Good for him.
That's good from
he was looking to be their RB1 too.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing too. I mean, I guess that's one hell of an outlook.
Yeah, if that's his outlook, you've got a guy with a good attitude. Because if he was bummed about it, obviously anyone would be bummed about it.
Well, yeah, but it just shows such a positive outlook on it. I mean, you have to root for a guy like that.
Yeah.
Anybody could feel sorry for themselves and give up. But I mean, you're 23. You're poised to be the top running back on the team. I mean, yeah, you've got pressure and you had goals, and this is a severe obstacle, but don't matter to him. He's gonna kick his ass.
Yeah. I like him. He hasn't even played a regular season game yet. And I like him already. He's good in my books.
Friend of the pod.
Next one, Titans release Brett Kern
Long time kicker, punter. I think punter.
Punter? Could go check.
Pretty sure it's punter. He's like 36. I think he's played like 16 seasons. Kind of just punter, the end of the line for punters. You know what I mean? Eventually, you get to
36 years old. Like
eventually, you get to damn near 40, and the league goes, "All right, we got to give somebody else a chance to play."
Yeah.
So if you're a good kicker, punter, you just play forever, like until your body physically disintegrates. You just play.
Just physically stops functioning.
Two oldest players on any given team, generally the quarterback and the kicker / punter.
13-year career.
There you go.
That's impressive.
Probably made bank.
3-time Pro Bowl.
Yeah, he's a good kicker too.
First team All-Pro. Nice.
Solid career.
Will always be something good to take away. And now, lastly, Jimmy G.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Garoppolo. However you want to say it. Now the highest paid backup in NFL. In the NFL, behind Trey Lance for the 49ers. $6.5 million.
Yeah, they had to restructure his deal. It was either that
people thought he was gone for a bit.
Yeah, I mean,
there was like a solid week there that he was rumored to be leaving.
Yeah, I think if you're him, I mean, you look back on what you had, New England and kind of your storyline there and coming to the 49ers and doing what you've done. I mean, there's no shame in being paid off your ass to come off the bench in case of injury. I mean, he does have some incentives too to take it higher if he plays more games. But I mean, Trey Lance is a good quarterback, and I mean, I think him and Jimmy could really work well together. I don't know. I mean, all you're doing is solidifying your legacy, and 49ers fans are going to love you for that. So I don't know. They've never seen what I've given to Kaepernick as a backup in modern franchises.
Who I still say should be back in the league.
Oh yeah, he should have been a starter all this time. He's always my backup because it's like, all right, well, I probably like my team's quarterback more, but by far and away the very best quarterback on the market. And morally, I don't know. I mean, I know it means nothing in a game, but I like giving that guy money. He deserves it. So I give his video game version money.
But that's it for NFL news.
Yeah, look at that. We got you a second sport for once, Nathan.
Second sport. I talked about soccer today.
Pat on the back. Yeah, you gave yourself,
three sports. Look at me.
Holy.
3-sport athlete.
Look at that. And we're tied up, sort of, kind of. Because I'm going to talk about 3 sports as well.
Did you?
Starting with, an absolute Canadian fox. She's almost 1 year exactly older than I am. Her birthday is June 13th, 2000, and I'm June 19th, 2001. So she got like a year and 6 days on me. Penny Oleksiak has announced that she is going to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. She's working with a charitable organization called Thrive for Good. And the goal is to raise $50,000 for families and communities living on one meal a day to grow their own nutritious food. And I believe the mission statement is Thrive is spreading a naturally contagious model for growing health organically. We train and equip communities to create life gardens so they can step out of poverty and teach others to do the same. By 2025, Thrive will empower 1 million people in the developing world to lead healthy and sustainable lives by training them to grow nutritious and income-generating whole foods. So pretty kick-ass organization, if I do say so myself. And not for nothing, Nathan. Atop of being Canada's most decorated Olympian, a kick-ass swimmer. If you follow her, she's just constantly repping brands and doing stuff. And
she's on the hustle, on the grind.
She's a year older than us, Nathan. So could you imagine next year, forget everything she's done to this point, just announcing that we're going to go climb Mount Kilimanjaro?
You want to go do it?
Not even a little bit. You know what they don't let you take to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro is beer and video games.
That's true. And we can't carry all of our pod equipment up there.
I can't pod up there.
Although, what hell of a pod would that be, though?
It'd be one hell of a pod. I think there'd be quite a bit of wind interference.
That's true. We'll find a way.
Yeah, no, I don't even want to like pretend like that's even remotely a possibility in my lifetime. I don't think. And I mean, I know you're supposed to challenge yourself.
We'll find another place. We'll find another crazy place to hold a pod.
I'll climb a hill by my house. How about that? You give me
Okay, yeah.
$5 and I'll do that.
$5. That's steep, man. I don't know if we can afford that. We're not even making money from this pod yet.
No, we're not. We're about to be losing money if we actually give ourselves an RSS feed. Anyway, aside from that, yeah, we have some links to Thrive for Good and to Penny Oleksiak's fundraiser. So we'll put those up in the description probably. And if you feel like donating, go ahead. It's a great cause. She's a great person. Um, and not for nothing, she is one of the most kick-ass people I know, especially considering, like I said, she's a year older than I am. Gonna go climb Mount Kilimanjaro. That's awesome. Um, Not so awesome. As I mentioned in another pod, Will Zalatoris, the caddy from Happy Gilmore, who is a PGA golfer, he had to
So sad.
withdraw from the Tour Championship because of 2 herniated discs. Um, that hurts. That's pain.
That does, yeah.
I don't even want to know what that feels like.
Me neither.
I feel like it gives me a good excuse to not golf anymore. I
Oh,
don't
but
want,
we
hey
gotta do
man,
tea
I don't
time
want
though.
2 herniated discs.
We
I don't
gotta do
want
tea
them.
time this year.
Yeah, I
You
know.
gotta see me
Just
hit like multiple quadruple bogeys.
I don't think I'm gonna be like I can't bring my clubs to St. Catharines,
It's okay. We'll just
and
rent.
renting is probably I guess probably be better clubs than what I have. To be honest, my clubs are shit.
I don't
Um,
even know where mine.
we could probably get out on the Brock Golf Course before school starts. You think, eh?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Go for some
Because
tea time with the
we don't
boys.
start school until Wednesday.
Yeah, but we don't even have. I don't know about you, but I don't have classes on Wednesday.
Oh, I don't think I do either. Okay, we could definitely do a first week back golf
Oh
round.
yeah.
I'm not good, but I'll show you that
Me neither.
firsthand.
Terrible.
Somebody else who's not good is the Angels, Nathan.
Oh, the Angels are not good at
The
all.
Los Angeles
I
Angels of
see your
Anaheim.
segue.
Yeah, they're terrible. Not like my Segway, but they're terrible.
Yeah, your segue
Artie
is amazing.
Moreno.
I don't know.
He
Is
is
there like a little thing on the end, like a
no,
little wavy end?
no, but Gabriel Moreno has come
True.
like for the Blue Jays. I've heard his name pronounced multiple times, and it's spelled the same way.
Oh, maybe.
So,
Okay.
Artie Moreno, he has started the formal process of selling the team. You don't do that and then not sell the team, so consider the
Yeah,
team sold.
it's sold. Yeah,
I didn't
just
know
to
this,
who at
Nathan,
this point?
because I was barely 2 years old, but he
Walt
purchased the
Disney.
team from 2000, in 2003 from the Walt Disney Company. So
When did Disney own the
well,
Angels?
they just
Well,
own
apparently
Anaheim,
2003.
right?
Oh, that's true.
That just must be the case. Like
I
when
guess
they
so.
just bought what was Anaheim, built, you know, Walt Disney World, and then all of a sudden it became a city, and then they're like, hey, we got a baseball team, and Walt Disney said, I have a baseball team. Um, I don't know. Yeah, it was the year after they won their only World Series title, and the first decade of his ownership was good. They made the playoffs 5 times in 6 seasons from '04 to
Oh,
'09. They made the ALCS twice, never won the World Series, but you give it a good
because they
run.
didn't have Shohei at the time.
Well, the thing is, then they get Trout in 2012, and it's been a tire fire ever since.
It's been terrible. Yeah.
You've wasted 2 of the best players' careers so far.
Good job, LA. Proud of you guys.
So yeah, that's gonna happen. It's gonna be sold. Hopefully,
Maybe
there's
back
gonna
to Walt
be
Disney. Who
that'd be
knows?
fun. I don't
Well,
know.
not Walt Disney himself, obviously, but
I don't know. He might come out of hibernation.
maybe from
Isn't that the thing? Yeah, he's in
his
cryo.
cryo sleep.
He's he's allegedly waiting for there to be no more Jewish people, as far as Family Guy
Some
has
normal
convinced me.
moments. Yeah,
All right, yeah. So can't wait to see the Angels sold. I like when baseball teams sell because it's always an insane amount of money, and it's interesting to hear about.
it'll be fun news to talk about.
Now I think probably the biggest news that there could be lately. Julio Rodriguez, J Rod, not a top tier nickname in my opinion.
Not A Rod.
He signs a contract extension. Now, it has been called one of the more confusing contract extensions in all of baseball. For people who aren't huge fans of baseball or contracts, this is probably considered the most boring thing we could talk about.
This is true, but we've talked about more boring things probably. So.
Nathan, this is like the most exciting thing I think we could talk about between you and I.
This is true.
Because we're both
Contracts are fun.
hounds. They're
Big
very
contract
fun.
guy.
Okay, so I'm going to try and break this down. Nathan, these huge links on the notes are Twitter links that you can take a look at. The first one I really enjoy. It's a breakdown by Nick Vitalis, and he has a breakdown of the contract extension in a flowchart. Now, I'm going to walk you through this, Nathan, and everybody listening. Essentially, there's two deals within this contract.
What a beauty of a chart.
They are based on player and team options. If you don't know what those are, they're what would you call them? Features, stipulations.
It would be like additions to a contract.
Yeah. So basically, the way it works is there's either usually a club, a team, or a club, a player, or a mutual option. And what those means is that if it's a club option, they have the choice to give the player another year or another few years or however long of their contract.
Or they let it go.
If it's a player option, obviously it's for the reverse. The player has the choice. Yeah. If it's a mutual, then they both have to agree to it. Otherwise, it doesn't go through. So there's a number of these in this contract. So you kind of have to know what they are. So first, it's a 7-year contract. It goes from 2023 through 2029, although it is worth noting that this year, for signing the deal, he got a $15 million signing bonus. That's just in his pocket right now. So this would take it through his age 22 through 28 season starting next year.
Okay.
And he would get, like I said, a $15.3 million signing bonus this season, $4 million in 2023, $10 million in 2024, and $18 million annually from 2025 through 2029. That's a total of $119.3 million. It also buys out 2 of his free agent years. Free agent years in baseball come after the 6 years of team control from when they draft a player. So this is buying out all of his arbitration time, all of his, renewal contract time, as well as 2 years of free agency. Then we have this contract that is variable. This is the part that gets confusing. This is the part that makes no sense. This contract can either last 0, 5, 7, 8, or 10 years. So after 2028, before the final season of the first part of the deal, the dominoes begin to fall, as we say.
Yes.
So first up is a club option for the Mariners. So after 2028, the Mariners must decide if they want to give him a club option that starts in 2030, 2 years from then. The base option is 8 years, $200 million. That's what they have to decide if they want to pick up. However, the dollar value and the length of the contract vary depending on how he finishes in MVP voting. Now, supposedly, this was Julio's idea.
This is wild. So looking at this flowchart right now,
I know.
It's nuts.
So if the Mariners decline that club option in 2028, then Julio plays through the 2029 season before he gets a player option that lasts 5 years, 2030 through 2034. The base value of that option is 90 million, and it could go as high as 125 million depending on All-Star selections and Silver Slugger awards. So if he has 8 combined All-Star appearances and Silver Sluggers, the option goes to 100 million or 110 million with 10 combined awards. It hits 125 million if he wins the MVP as well as gets 2 All-Star selections. So if he's an MVP, he can be not as dominant technically as if he doesn't win the MVP. He has to be far more consistent. He has to have
one really, really good year.
Yes, and then
like another pretty solid,
very solid years. Yeah. Now the thing is, he plays center field and in the outfield. So of the all-star positions, aside from pitchers, he has probably the best option to make multiple All-Star games. It's
Okay.
worth noting. So anyway, if he declines that player option, then there's a 7-year, $168 million mutual option. So
This is so stupid.
it feels like that's unlikely to be exercised because Julio would have to think that this is a better deal than he could get on the open market, and
Which
the
are probably
Mariners would have to take a risk 12 months before declining the option. So they need a lot of foresight. But the thing after that is that they need to still then be willing to give Julio the third richest deal in club history. So how do you decline his team option, show you're not positive in him, and then give him one of the biggest deals in the history of your club? Along with him somehow not believing or being so committed to you that he's willing to not go and get more on the open market. Confusing. If either
this
party
is
declines that option,
contract makes no sense.
he would hit free agency in his age 30 season where he would still go get an absolutely massive bag if he performs the way he's expected to. So pretty much, no matter what he does from this point on, this man is going
Making
to
money.
be wealthy as shit.
Regardless of whatever his choose your own adventure choices are.
His choose your own adventure choices, however, can go from taking him to just being like a rich guy to like one of the wealthiest baseball players in the league.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if he chooses to go have multiple MVPs, then and he's going to be very wealthy.
I mean, I love the fact that he was the one who wanted those votings to matter for his
Yeah.
contract.
I mean, it's good incentive for you, but like
that's like one hell of a here's my balls. That's impressive.
hold these balls real quick.
There's a couple contracts that are like sort of inspiration here. Um, 7-year, 120 million is kind of the base deal. 12 years, 210 to 245 with the player option, 14, 288 with a mutual. You get 15 years, 320 to 400, which is like it has a base team option, and you can kind of supersize from there. And these are all contracts that have sort of come into place in recent years. There are a couple of comparisons. Jake Arrieta's deal in 2018 and Kikuchi's contract when he came over to the Mariners. Um, they're both similar, but they're absolutely nowhere even in the ballpark of what this is in terms of size, amount, length, distribution, anything. They're just sort of mini versions of what this is doing. But this is one of the more complicated contracts in baseball. I would argue maybe in sports. And either way, it means that Seattle's going to have Julio Rodriguez for a long time to come.
Speaking of contracts, we just got news on a Knicks contract.
Oh boy.
Not anything too crazy, but RJ Barrett got a 4-year extension worth $120 million, which tells me that he is not on the move for Donovan Mitchell.
Let's go.
He will be staying.
I love it.
Does kind of spice up the trade a little bit.
For sure.
Because RJ Barrett is officially off the table. But I think he deserves it. Shout out Canadian RJ Barrett.
Sign and trade?
No, I think he's probably gonna stay with them.
I hope he does.
I think he does. Because it's not that they just signed a contract, it's that it was an extension to his current contract.
Exactly.
You wouldn't extend him if you were trading him, you would just trade him.
That's fair.
Especially like $120 million. Like the Jazz would not want to pick that up.
Oh God, no.
But I think he deserves it. I think he's the future of the Knicks. So
I do too. I love him.
I'm happy for him.
Go Canadian. And
back to our regularly programmed show. Or whatever. It's regularly scheduled program.
Something
is that correct?
Like that.
Something along those lines.
Nothing about this is regular or scheduled. I'll have you know.
This is true. Yeah.
I guess it's kind of scheduled, but poorly. Yeah. So Julio Rodriguez, that's done. Corbin Carroll, another top outfield guy like Julio, getting called up for the Diamondbacks. Number 1 in their system, number 3 in baseball. The guy's minor league numbers are insane. He's just mashed the baseball. Feel real bad. He's got to play in Arizona, but hopefully he sticks around for a while, and him and Drew Jones get to play together. They could make Arizona pretty goddamn entertaining to watch, actually. And then Nathan, you've been tuned into
I
this.
watched one of the games you're about to talk about.
Okay, so you're officially ahead of me because I've been watching highlight reels. Hawaii absolutely dominates the Little League World Series. Not even close, not even funny.
It was not fair in the slightest.
Back-to-back homers. I apologize for pronouncing these names.
This is
Kakoa,
the game.
Penal. I got to be careful with that one. And Kama and Gel in the first inning. They won 13-3 in just 4 innings on Sunday over Curacao. The fun thing about the Little League World Series, there's mercy rules. So if you get up by 10, you just win the game. How many times they do that, Nathan? 3, 4 in the tournament?
3. I think it was 3 times.
3 times in the tournament? That's obscene. That just means you're so good the other ones can't
Yeah.
keep up.
It's wild. You set off the mercy rule 3 times.
Yeah. It's Hawaii's 4th Little League World Series title, which is pretty cool. They won in 2018, and then this same Honolulu team finished 3rd last year, and they had to deal with like COVID-19 travel restrictions and stuff like that. They gave up. They had a no hitter against New York going up in the tournament. They had a 3 inning, 7 strikeout performance from what they call their ace, Yaron Lancaster, I believe. And then Cohen Sakamoto proceeded to step in and he pitched in relief. He pitched a gem. I think he struck out 4 batters in 2 innings. And that's when they called the game by mercy.
This
and
stat is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
This is awesome. They outscored their opponents in the tournament 60-5.
Keep in mind, 3 of those runs came in the World Series, like the championship.
Yeah. They'd only given up 2 runs on the way
Prior
to the championship.
They had given up 2 runs.
And they mercied 3 teams in that.
They mercied the championship.
These kids are good at baseball, man. These kids are seriously good at baseball.
Imagine mercying a championship game.
Dude, I think I'd get struck out.
I would if I was Curacao, I'd be so sad.
I would fan.
Also, complete side note that's slightly related but not really. Curacao wears blue jerseys.
Yeah.
Now, if you're anybody who knows anything about alcohol,
yeah,
blue Curacao is a thing, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that was intentional?
I'm almost certain that was intentional.
I feel like because the kids won't know.
Well, I guess, but I assume if it's called Curacao, it's probably a liquor relating to, I would assume, the country in some way, shape, or form, right?
Curacao. Is the flag of Curacao blue?
It's blue and yellow, yeah. It's kind of a sick flag, actually. Let me go Curacao liqueur. Dried peel of bitter orange, Laraja, a citrus fruit grown on the Dutch island of Curacao.
It's Dutch.
Well, yeah, it's a Dutch island.
Oh, I guess,
from a citrus tree that grows in Curacao. Yeah. That's what it's flavored with. So yeah, it was right.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go. There's a fun fact of the day.
Because I was watching that and I was like, blue Curacao.
But did you know, like, there's not just blue Curacao?
There's not?
There's like
look at me not knowing.
Yellow and red.
Oh, I know about
like
green.
A clear
I know
one.
about yellow.
There's an orange, I think.
Orange. We're just making lifesavers colors out here.
No, it is. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's delicious.
It's Gatorade. It's alcoholic Gatorade.
Gatorade's pretty much the alcohol Gatorade, but
that's true. Gatorade should sponsor us.
Curaçao's great. So is the baseball team.
Except for when they're playing Hawaii.
Yeah, I guess, except for when they're playing
Hawaii. But who's great? Who's possibly great when they're playing against Hawaii?
Apparently,
how many of these guys do you think could make it all the way?
Very small percentage. I mean, some of these kids, like, baseball's a hobby. You know what I mean?
That's true. Like, some of these kids are hitting fingers for fun.
Like, they're not like the culmination of the greatest 12-year-olds in a country. No. They're just a little league team, like the Canadian teams from a small town in British Columbia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not It's not like this is the cream of the crop.
It's just this one team that happened to be the best in a way.
But on saying that, if you go back and look at MLB players who played in the Little League World Series, and you look at what they looked like at 12 and how they played and stuff, it is a really fun time. It is hilarious to see how they because if you ever watch the Little League World Series, it's very personal. Like they really give these kids a chance to, have fun and be on TV and say hi to their families. And
I love their little intros.
Yeah, they have intros.
They talk about their favorite pizza or whatever.
That's where you get Big Al and I hit dingers. That's where you know what I mean. That there's a lot of funny stuff that comes out of there. Kids are fucking hilarious.
I love those kids.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's just it's awesome because kids from a small town in BC, you play play baseball in Little League, you probably aren't going to grow up to be a baseball player, and you get to go be on a global stage and talk to famous baseball players and announcers and coaches and
because there was Red Sox players.
Oh well, that was the Little League classic game, right? The Bo Sox and the Baltimore Orioles played each other.
Yeah.
And that's the Little League players get to go watch that game and stuff. And it goes on during the Little League World Series, and yeah, it's a big deal. And I mean, for the kids and for MLB and for most of the baseball world, it's cool. You get to see into youth baseball, and I don't know, it makes you a little bit romantic about the sport.
On a smaller scale, it's kind of like how so we had the Canada Games here not too long ago. They just ended, and there was a basketball, there was a basketball tournament because it's the Canada Games, so it's basically the Olympics, but only Canadian teams.
Yeah.
And I think 17 or 18 is the oldest you can be in the game, in the tournament. And a lot of the players looked impressive. Obviously, none of them I think would make it to the NBA, or very, very few of them would make it to the NBA.
Yeah.
So on a smaller scale, because it's not international, but it's still interesting to watch these kids play and see at your skill level, how do you compare to other people your age?
For sure.
And it must be sick for the kids. They have a whole a medal ceremony.
Oh yeah,
they get
their
gold medal on podium. Yeah, it must have been sick for them. They're on TV. They're obviously some of them get more recognition than others. Canada played BC in the finals, I believe, for the men's, and it was
Canada
packed.
Played?
The whole arena was packed.
Wait,
or not Canada, sorry, Ontario. Ontario.
Okay.
The thing. Okay, so here's the thing. Ontario's colors were red and white throughout the whole tournament.
What the hell?
So my brain keeps going, it's Canada.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right? Because it's set up like it's the Olympics. So you keep thinking countries.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
It's not. So
Ontario's
but anyway,
colors aren't specifically red and white.
Yeah, no. But for some reason we decided to claim red and white. But yeah, anyway, they got that it was packed for them in the finals, and then I went to also go see a UConn game.
I guess I'm talking in my ass. Ontario's flag kind of is red and white.
It's a lot of red.
It's mostly red.
It's mostly red.
It's 75% red, 25% Union Jack.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
And then UConn had maybe 3 people. Poor UConn had nobody there.
Yeah, that doesn't really
the game work. I went to go see, there were so few people at the game that they asked us if we wanted to go courtside, my brother and I.
Really?
We denied going courtside because we were chirping the kids the whole game, and we didn't want their parents to hear.
That's offside, Nathan. Way to go. Way to rep
Whenever I watch people play basketball, I act like a coach. I act like I know more than the coaches, which in this case I honestly might have. But yeah.
That's
I didn't want to offend any parents, so we didn't go
there.
You would have just heard me chirping them the whole game.
Not even to sit with you. I wish I was 10 rows away from you, 2 seconds over. Just to notice you. That's
you
awesome.
Just see me sitting there jawing the whole game.
I know you're standing up at some point.
Oh no, I didn't stand up for anybody. The only thing I stood up for was the national anthem.
Oh, Oh.
It's not that intense. Bring me to a Raptors game,
guess
you'll
you're
see me.
not really that intense of a guy.
Oh, bring me to a Raptors game, and it's a completely different story.
All right, we'll go to a Raptors game instead of climbing Mount Kilimanjaro.
All right, sounds good.
All right, sounds good.
Works for me, bud.
Oh, all right. So works
right.
for me. That was the totally offside pod, baby.
That
Keep
was
it up.
short episode for the people.
Buddy, she's 11:30. Oh my God, I have to sign off at 11:30. All right. Totally off pod on Twitter. Got that right.
Make sure you go check
here.
out the links for the fundraiser.
Look in the description for any links that we mentioned on the show. Do feel free to hit the notification bell on YouTube. Share us with your friends. Comment. Send us a message on Twitter. Tell us we suck. Tell us what you like. I don't know.
If you're not subscribed, I recommend you do so.
Exactly. And yeah, we're looking forward to 2 weeks from now or so, potentially having some better recording setups.
Maybe you'll see us.
Potentially having some video.
You might see us. Put
maybe that'll scare away like our 4 consistent viewers. You never know.
Who knows?
So yeah, definitely tune in for that in a few weeks if you're a sporadic listener, and we look forward to seeing and hearing from you. Thank you very much once again.